Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for some playoff football? Because I sure am. Football! Football! It's playoff football! Yinzer's excited too. Shut up, Redbird! Yinzer, your time will come. Your time will come. I swear, your time will come.
It's not this year.
Anywho, I'm Cobra, and I am joined by my fabulous crew once again. I am joined by Keith, DJ, Ben, Tyler, and Kat. Say hello, guys.
Hey,
Hello.
how we doing today?
All right. Perfect.
What's up, y'all?
Perfect. We got playoff hype as always, and of course, before we get started, guest, I gotta say this: special shout out to the state of California dealing with a crazy wildfire event going on right now. I would say thoughts and prayers going on, but hey, you need more than thoughts and prayers. So that's all I will say on the matter on that. But we are thinking of you, state of California. It's all of us in the Sports Pad Network and NOOT City are thinking about the state of California.
Just remember to add on, they moved to Rams, Vikings, and to Glendale, Arizona because of the fires. Just to give everybody a heads up.
Yep, and how fitting it's and how fitting it's State Farm, considering State Farm canceled 75,000 fire insurance cases over in the state of California. So
Totally crazy.
well done, fucking State Farm. Anywho, all right, so
State Farm failed.
Yeah, Jake from State Farm basically failed the state of California. Anywho, we're gonna get started with the podcast today. Obviously, for 18 teams, their road to the Lombardi Trophy is over. But they have April to look forward to. We have because of course in April it's the NFL draft. And the teams that have locked their position in are Tennessee Titans at number 1. At number 2, the Cleveland Browns. Number 3, the New York Giants.
Derpity Giants.
Derpity derp. At 4th, the New England Patriots. At 5th, the Jacksonville Jaguars. The 6th, Las Vegas Raiders. 7, the New York Jets, a.k.a. the former home of Aaron Rodgers because he's going to the Vikings. 8th, Carolina Panthers. 9, New Orleans Saints. 10, Chicago Bears. 11, San Francisco 49ers. 12, Dallas
he's not
Cowboys.
Going to the Vikings, which is probably why Cobra got cut off.
No, embrace destiny. Embrace destiny. I didn't cut off.
Embrace it. Embrace destiny.
13 Miami, 14 Indianapolis, 15 Atlanta, 16 Arizona, 17 Cincinnati, and 18 Seattle. Wow. Those are the top 18 teams that have secured their draft position. So what we're going to do and what we're going to do is we're actually going to draft by position this time instead of speculating what player they're going to draft. And that way we're all going to go it goes faster because I've got a time limit. So I'm going to start with DJ, then Ben, Tyler, Keith, and Kat. That's how the order is going to be for this one. So DJ, Tennessee, where are they drafting?
Yo, they are drafting, and I'm saying this purely a satire. They're going to take the D tackle out of Tennessee. First overall.
DJ is saying defensive tackle.
I think it's Pierce.
Yeah. Ben, what? And by the way, I'm actually going to Ben. You go for Cleveland this time. So basically, everyone. So DJ is saying defensive tackle. All right. Ben, you're going Cleveland. Who you got? Quarterback. Yep. And that is definitely a right move to do, considering that I got to do it. Man. swimming
my-
respecter to Sean Cosby retore his Achilles.
Please.
Yep.
Darn.
Could I do?
Yep.
Ah, damn it. Of course. Who
All
has the
right. And
Giants?
that would be you, Tyler.
We are drafting. Unfortunately, we're not. Unfortunately, we should, but we're not going to. We're probably going to draft a linebacker.
But who are the Giants drafting?
So the Giants are drafting a linebacker.
Okay, so linebacker Tyler. All right.
Unfortunately.
Keith,
Yeah, Burst.
the Patriots. They drafting what position?
Probably an offensive end.
Offensive lineman. All right.
That's a good
That's
one.
actually that was actually my decision. Cat,
Yes.
Jacksonville, who are they drafting?
Who? Say that again. I'm sorry.
Jacksonville. What position are they drafting?
Jacksonville. Weren't they the ones that their center kept snapping the ball weird?
Ooh, Mitch. Okay. So you're saying they're going to get an offensive lineman? Huh. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm saying, didn't their center have issues snapping the ball correctly?
And that's weird for me, considering they have Mitch Morse from the Bills last year. So that's very interesting.
I could be wrong, but
Right.
I
So
think
you're
their
gonna.
long snapper needed help.
Okay.
Discipline and mentally.
So you're going to say offensive lineman?
yeah, I'll go with offensive lineman.
And Las Vegas, definitely, they're drafting quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't what college though. That's
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say it. It doesn't matter. It's relevant. Jay,
that's
it's the
Who am I
Jets.
on?
The Jets.
Ooh. I really want to say. Fuck. God damn
You
it.
want to say quarterback, but that'd be a waste of a
They-
pick considering it's the Jets.
That and they drafted one last year, so I'm gonna go with. Are they a 3-4 or a 4-3?
I want to say they're a 4-3.
Okay. I want to be a smartass and say defensive back, but
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, say defensive back.
Defensive back.
Yeah.
Wow. Considering they have Gardner. Okay. All right. Ben, Carolina.
you went right over me.
No,
did you
it's
know?
DJ.
that's right,
It's DJ Ben Tyler. DJ Ben Tyler.
I'm an idiot. Leave me be.
Carolina. Ben.
I'm gonna go receiver.
Receiver. All right. Tyler, New Orleans.
Ooh, this one's a good one. I'm going with offensive line because if they can get an offensive line, I think Derek Carr would be pretty good.
Nice. Okay, so Tyler's going offensive line. Keith.
Go for it.
Stop Bears.
Who's next?
Stop Bears. Stop Bears.
They need some offensive line too.
I need more than an offensive line, but that's besides the point.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna say this about offensive lineman. It's not a sexy pick, but it's a necessary pick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cat.
Oh boy.
San Francisco.
Oh. I don't know a whole lot about San Francisco, so
they need
were-
linemen. They need linemen. They need a lineman like
11?
crazy.
At 11.
Gosh, I'm actually gonna say that they could use some defense.
So basically, you're gonna say edge. That's what you're gonna say.
We have Nick Bosa.
When he's healthy.
But when he's healthy, that's the issue.
Yeah.
I was gonna say one defensive person is not, you know.
Doesn't
A whole
make a
defense.
team.
Exactly.
This is
All right.
true.
The 49ers should
And
cut.
yep,
Unless
and
it's
I
Ray
have
Lewis. He's retired.
and I have Dallas, and I'm gonna say this might even make Scooter Magruder happy. I'm going safety for Dallas.
Ooh.
Yep, they need secondary help. They need secondary help.
They need help being out of Dallas. That's what they need.
They need help getting out of Jerry Jones.
I mean, if only
true.
we could draft owners and coaches, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
DJ,
Yo.
DJ, Miami.
Offensive line.
Gotta
And I know Chris is gonna back me up on this.
gotta protect Timu head Tua Tagovailoa. Yeah,
Timu head team.
yeah. Ben, Indianapolis.
Oh,
That was easy. Tyler.
Hey, I didn't even get chance.
Tyler?
All right. Oh, wait. I thought you said O line.
that was not Ben.
No, but yeah, let's go O-line.
Okay, I thought you said O line. That's why I skipped over you. Sorry about that. Tyler.
Atlanta, they need a tight end to get rid of fucking Kyle Pitts.
Oh, tight end.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
All right. Keith. Arizona.
They need a quarterback.
Where to start with
Where
them?
to start? Wow. Okay.
Get rid of Kyler Murray.
Offensive line.
All right. That's a good move. Cat.
Yes.
Your division rival, the Cincinnati Bengals.
Ooh. They weren't terrible this year.
They weren't, but yeah, they could use some help. That's why they're 17th.
Yeah.
Keep their offensive line.
I mean, that's such a broad picture. I'm gonna say they could use some receivers.
They have receivers.
You think you're gonna move off? Oh, I see what she's saying. You're gonna move away from T. Higgins.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's what I see. Cat saying they're gonna move from T. Higgins. That is a move. I'm not gonna lie. And for Seattle Seahawks, for me,
We should all pick one for this one.
my pick for this one. This is an edge.
My personal opinion, Seattle quarterback.
No, that's a bit of a reach this late, and all the it's not really a good first round for quarterbacks realistically, and they'll all be gone by this time.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yep. All right, so that's it for our draft recap, and we're going to skip right ahead. Hang on one second here.
I already know who's going number one overall. Everybody knows it.
Yeah, we do, but we don't want to admit it.
And we don't want him to go number one overall because he's not right. No, that's besides the point.
Correct. All right. Should I recap week 18 or should we just bypass it completely and go right to the main event?
Everybody knows what happens.
Let's
completely skip it. Everyone knows what week 18 is because we're ready for the
Everybody knows the Steelers lost.
Well, we're going to do a little bit of something different. Everyone knows that in March they do the March Madness bracket. Of course, the playoffs are in a bracket as well. So we are doing our first ever bowl bracket, and going to go with DJ. And I'm going to start with DJ, Ben. Basically our order that we had: DJ, Ben, Tyler, Keith, Kat, myself.
right.
We're mainly doing the first round. We're not focusing on the whole thing. Just gonna try to predict the first round at least. So, all right, and we're going to start. So, hold on 1 second. I need to figure out 1 second. All right. So, we starting AFC or NFC?
It depends. Honestly, we should do NFC. My first.
Let's just do chronological order.
No, I'm not going to do that. Okay. So,
We should do AFC because that's the games that are on this weekend.
okay. All right. Pen Tit decides. We're doing AFC. Okay. So we're going to start with the LA Chargers and the Houston Texans. All right. DJ, who you got?
Ooh. I got the Texans on this one.
Nice. Ben, who you got?
I'm going with Texans.
Interesting. Tyler.
I got the Chargers winning this one.
Nice.
Oh,
Keith.
wait, it was the Chargers? Oh, shit, I didn't hear the Chargers.
I gotta go with Texas because I lived in Houston for a while.
All right. Ben, are you changing it or are you keeping it Houston?
Yeah, Chargers. I missed the Chargers.
Ben goofed. All right. Kat. Houston Chargers.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I think I'm gonna go with Chargers.
Hey, I'm not the only one.
Yep. And I'm going with the Chargers as well. As much I hate Jim Harbaugh, Chargers got to win. You know, Chargers has got to win because the Texans are just dog shit. All right. Now, should we? I should skip this one. I should skip this one. No, you're not skipping this.
Yeah,
Definitely
don't skip this.
waging my war against the rat bird right there in your top corner. Ginzers, I swear. All right, DJ. Yeah,
I got
Pittsburgh
the Ravens
versus Baltimore. All right,
Ravens.
Ben.
Ravens.
As much as I don't want to, you're going to be happy with me. I'm going with Pittsburgh.
Yay! Keith.
Baltimore.
Kat.
Does anybody? Do you really have to ask me? Baltimore.
Yep.
That is fair.
And I'm going to say this only, and I might be have to get punched by Kat later. I'm agreeing with the Enzer. Yeah.
So that makes two of us. That makes two of us.
All right. And the final game of the AFC bracket for first round, we have the Denver Broncos versus the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, that's an easy one.
DJ.
Ooh. You know, there's going to be a masked luchador wrestler in Denver who's going to be very happy to hear this, but I want the upset. Give me the Broncos.
Wow. DJ going bold. I love it, even though he's wrong.
Wow.
As much as I want to say upset, I'm going Bills.
Unfortunately, as much as I live in New York and I'm in Buffalo country, sorry, Bills fans, but I'm going with Denver.
If I ever see you, I'm punching you in the nuts, Tyler. Keith.
Denver.
I just
Wow, everybody is going against the Bills.
Cat. Cat.
They're at Buffalo, so that kind of makes this more difficult. But I'm actually going to go with the Bills.
Yep. I, Cat, am going with my team, the Buffalo Bills.
They're at
All right.
home.
I'm glad people have some
Yeah,
sense.
I have to. Hey DJ, I have the crack bots ready for us.
All right, that's
Okay.
the AFC. NFC. We have the Green Bay
Ooh.
Packers versus the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, that's enough.
DJ.
Yeah, Eagles are curb stomping the Packers in a snow game.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. All right, Ben.
I'm going upset. Let's go Packers.
Get out of
Wow.
here,
Okay.
Ben.
Okay. Okay.
Get out of
Wow. Okay. Tyler.
I'm going Philadelphia. That's a no-brainer.
All right. Keith.
You really gotta ask me like
I ain't
Cat
gotta
said
ask. I ain't
earlier
gotta
on her
ask. I
team.
ain't gotta ask a fellow. I ain't gotta ask an Eagles fan. I'm sorry. Cat.
I'm going Eagles.
You mean E-girls?
Right. And call me a vengeful spirit here, but I'm going with the upset as well. I'm going with Green Bay. Not gonna lie.
Thank you, heavens. Thank you, Jason. Thank
Get
you,
your
Jason.
Right.
fucking sense and get the fuck out of here.
Hey, if it happens next week, and if all my picks are right, everyone on here better come up, stand in line to start kissing my ass. All I gotta say. All right. Washington versus Tampa. DJ.
I got Washington winning this. Jaden Daniels gets his first playoff win on the road.
All right, Ben.
Do you have to ask?
Nope.
I'm going with Washington.
Yep. Tyler.
You're gonna hate me, but I'm going Buccaneers because Baker has more playoff experience.
Hater.
Keith.
What, losing?
Yeah, I said Tampa too.
Ben,
I
shut
mean,
up.
even despite my wife is a Washington fan, unfortunately, they're going to
Yep.
lose first round.
Cat.
I'm. Oh, and they're at Tampa Bay. See,
That's not right.
That's
that's
a
always.
plus.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Washington.
Wow.
You
Yeah,
guys
that was
are
I was about to say, yeah, playing in Snydergrad kind of sucks. And I know, and I hope that my future in-laws, and Brittany doesn't hear this. I'm going against Washington. I'm going Tampa. The power of the duck.
Thank you.
The power of the duck.
Isn't Tampa Bay favorite anyway?
Me and DJ are the only ones that have a brain in this whole entire operation.
Do you have a brain?
Bitch!
You don't have a brain because you're a Washington fan.
I went with Washington, Benjamin.
Yeah, exactly.
You broke,
Cat
I didn't hear
Washington.
that. You broke up. It broke up. I didn't,
Anywho,
bad car accident.
Anywho, guys,
I'm
we
doing that
have-
despite because I'm a Giants fan.
the final game of the first round of the playoffs is to be played at a neutral site at State Farm Arena. It is the
In
Minnesota
Glendale, Arizona.
Vikings facing off against the LA Rams. AKA the future home of Aaron Rodgers and
Yes.
LA. All right, DJ.
I got and this one's for you, Tanner. I got the Vikings winning.
Nice. Ben.
I have the Vikings winning.
Nice.
We all know Minnesota's luck in the playoffs. Unfortunately, Minnesota sucks in the playoffs. I'm gonna have to go LA.
Nice.
Sorry,
All
Tanner.
right. Okay, Keith.
LA.
Nice.
Thank you.
Cat.
Honestly, with all the crap LA's going through right now, they might use that kind of to rally a little bit. So I'm gonna go with the Rams.
I respect the hell out of that.
And by the way, I'm also going the Rams because prophecy must be realized.
And do you realize it's also a no-brainer? It's a
Aaron
no-brainer.
Rodgers is going to the Vikings, and every Vikings fan will love it.
Yes. Embrace
you guys know.
destiny.
I hope you guys realize how bad the Vikings are in the playoffs. That's why I did it based off of logic.
It's history. It's history. Anywho,
History is always going to
Destiny.
repeat itself, whether people watch it or not.
Here's
Yes,
what the
please.
game
Are-
That's-
riding on.
by the
if
way,
Sam
guys,
Darnold-
hey, back on track. That is it for our playoff bracket. That is it for the hard count. But of course, the hard count was brought to you by. Do we have to? Yep. Fanatics.
No.
Yep. The unfortunate thing is, Fanatics is the only place where you can properly gear up for the playoffs officially.
If I'm Monopoly, don't trust them.
Yep. Grab a hat, grab a jersey, grab whatever you can to get yourself hyped for the playoffs.
Get that Kyle McCord jersey from Syracuse.
But, don't just go to fanatics.com. Use our affiliate link in the bio wherever you get your podcasts. Show the channel some love. And hey, if you were one of the 18 eliminated teams, grab yourself a trash can to throw away all those tissues you cried yourself into.
Get yourself a paper bag for those Browns fans.
And the Giants fans.
Especially if they own a famous women respecter Deshaun Watson jersey. Anyhow, like I said, that is it for the hard count. Of course, I want to thank DJ, Ben, Keith, and Kat for showing up and participating in the podcast once again. Also, got to give I said Tylor.
I
said DJ too. I did. Anyhow, it's not perfect. Anyhow, of course, got to give a special shout out to the other podcasts as well. Of course, Biscuits and Penalties going on right now. That happened last night. Also, the Lap Down and the Dirt and Turf podcast are returning later on this year for season 2. So be prepared for NASCAR.
August. I got a special surprise for you guys.
Yeah, and we'll definitely we got something cooking up, which we will announce on draft day. So be on the lookout for that. And also coming on February 2nd, the Social Sports Pad Network is returning to the ring for the Social Slam podcast. My friend, our friend Alex and Greg from the Lap Down and Biscuits and Penalties will be joining me in the ring to discuss the wrestling podcast.
7. You paid.
What in the world did I just walk into? All right, but yeah, so be on the listen for those podcasts, and of course, want to give a special shout out to our affiliates, which would be, of course, Bulletproof Coffee, Dr. Squatch, Sleeves.com, W Energy, Duke Cannon Supply Company, Fubo TV, Century PC, Speck and Sunflower Seeds, Raw Nutrition, and Fanatics. Those links are in the bio wherever you get your podcasts. Also, we have TikTok and YouTube, so give us a like, subscribe,
and see you on the field.
Rate us up. And of course, I'm Cobra on behalf of DJ, Ben, Keith, Kat, and Tylor. We will see you on the field.
On the field. First down.
Hut, hut.
Awesome.